So guys, today back for another video on the channel. Today we're doing another NUFC news video. This one is a lot about transfers, with transfer talks, and obviously we're going to be talking about Jonathan a lot more, because obviously you should have seen my initial reaction to the signing, and now we're going to be talking a lot more depth into him. Had his first training session. We're going to be talking about the training stuff that's gone on, which I'm recording on the Wednesday. The players all returned the Wednesday, and a lot of players potentially coming into the side. So before I start off the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, let's get into it. So obviously the big news that has came out this week is the signing of Joelinton wearing the number 9 shirt, and I simply cannot wait to see him play. Steve Bruce has been speaking about him, saying that seems like a really good player. He's had his first press conference in a Newcastle shirt. Steve Bruce has had his first press conference in a Newcastle as Newcastle head coach. So it looks alright at the minute, and if we can sign a couple more of these players, it looks to be good. And there's no news. Well, you should be able to see this video on Thursday. I always mention this in my videos, I don't know why, but I'm recording this at about 11 o'clock at night on the Wednesday. So talking about the transfers and stuff, when this video goes up, someone could be accepted, I do not know, but this video is planned to go out Thursday. God knows when, what time or whatever, you'll know. But Joelinton, he's big, he's strong, but he's not Rondon's replacement, and it's sort of different because you can play him in that role, but I think he will be Rondon's replacement if we sign this player, and I'll get onto all the signings eventually, right? But this bit about Joelinton, Brazilian obviously, number 9, the 9th number 9 since the Premier League started. That's got to be something. It's got to be a little good sign, but he looks like a great player. His first training session looks like he's got on well with Almiron. On his Instagram he's followed obviously Newcastle, Alan Shearer, and then Almiron, Jamal Lascelles and Fabian Shaw. I thought Sean and him might have a little talk, because they both obviously used to play for Hoffenheim. Lascelles is the captain, so he's obviously spoke to him and try to get him settled in, and obviously Miguel Almiron's going to be his brand new best mate, I would think. Two South Americans ready for next season, and I cannot wait for next season now. It's a bit more positive. We've signed a £40 million striker. It looks positive. It really, really does. So, obviously Joelinton, finally signed for the club. If you didn't see my initial reaction on the transfer, make sure to go and watch it. It's got it's on nearly 1.5k views, so thank you everyone for watching that. Obviously, you were all buzzing in the comment section. All you were just absolutely buzzing with the transfer, and I expected you all to be. So Joelinton signed, very, very happy, as we all know. Had his first training session, and he looks settled already. He's had his first press conference, and that's all the club have got to do, make him settled in and get him ready for the next season, because now he's got 3 pre-season games to get ready for this massive game against Arsenal. So Joelinton signed for the club, very great news, and obviously we'll talk about the training and then transfers. So Wednesday, all the players returned who were fit and ready. One player returned who everyone was waiting for, and it was Miggy, having a bit of laugh with Federico Fernandez, the South American connection, and I think they'll get on with Joelinton as well, both of them, because obviously them two are great mates now, and hopefully they'll make great mates with Joelinton. So he's returned, he looks buzzing, he's happy to be back, and that's all what's going to be on his mind now. Get him back on the pitch, and we haven't seen him for a while. In the Copa America, he was unbelievable. I watched some of the highlights, and because I would have watched them games, but just the time difference. It was one of the games was 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, I can't be hacked to watch a game at 1:30 in the morning. But he looks ready, he looks fit, he looks positive, and that's what you want to see from your best attacking players. And he done everything great last season, bar the goal. If he gets one goal, more will push in. So he just needs a goal as soon as possible, in my opinion. If he can get it in the first 5 games, he can go on and push for more and more and more. Even assists, he can get an assist and then he'll get more and more and more. So that's all we want to see. Miguel Almiron doing well in the Newcastle shirt. He wants that goal. You can see it. He really does want it. But we'll have to just see what happens. Obviously, he will be staying, both, I forgot to mention that, and but just there about Joelinton. Joelinton signed a 6-year contract. Apparently they were, it was hard for them to agree a 3-year deal, and now he's agreed a 6-year deal. And then obviously Almiron signed a 5.5-year deal, which was basically a 6-year deal, just that was signed him in January. So it was basically just from September to December where we didn't get his contract in. So it's really, really great news. And one man who was at training today, let me tell you who. Mike Ashley. Mike Ashley was at training today. He's been speaking to Steve Bruce. He's been speaking to Joelinton, and he left in a helicopter. I wouldn't expect him to get in a car and just drive out, because if fans were waiting there, he would have got it. Actually, I think the stewards who would go to the training ground, I've met them, they're good lads. I think they would have just pushed him away and just let the car go. But no, he's got the helicopter, flew off, and he's been speaking to Steve Bruce, and Steve Bruce has been saying a lot of positive things about Mike Ashley, because he can't really say negative things, can he? He has to be all positive, because like that's his, like there's the manager, and then like that up there, like the owner obviously, and he's got to listen to what he says. And apparently all the things that Ashley's saying to him is positive, but we all know Ashley said all these things to get the players behind the team, and then it just goes all tits up. Right, that's what happened. It's Newcastle United under Mike Ashley. I don't think the club can go forward under Mike Ashley, but that's, you see how now, obviously we're kind of changing. We've got to get behind the team. We've got to get behind Steve Bruce. He obviously looking excited. Obviously he wanted this job so much, and he's finally got it. So Steve Bruce, obviously, he will want this job. All the players are back in training. Should have been seeing some loads of training pictures. I've just played absolutely loads probably. So it's great to see the players back and getting ready for Preston. I'm going to record a preview for Thursday for Friday. So make sure to stay tuned on the channel for the match preview against Preston. But now on to the main topic in the video, transfers. So the biggest one this week, I say this week, after Joelinton, Newcastle United have had 2 bids rejected for Nice winger Alan Saint-Maximin. He's 21 years old, he's got bags of talent, he's got bags of potential, and that's what Newcastle United want now. Lee Charnley, Mike Ashley want to bring in a young lad for 20 million, make him a world super. I don't think he'll do that in Newcastle, but someone who's got a bigger name for himself, and now he can go on and sell for the club for a good 60-70 million. That's what they want to do with Joelinton. If Joelinton becomes the #1 Brazil striker, he will be targeted so much by other clubs. But Saint-Maximin looks like a great player. In our attack next season, it's what would you rather, Almiron, Rondon, Perez, or Saint-Maximin, Joelinton and Almiron? They're both great attacks, and they're both really good. So Saint-Maximin, if we get him in. The 2 bids that were rejected, it was a 14 million bid, and the other bid, I didn't really say the price. I think we need to offer another 4 million, and if you've offered, like I think it was 14.5 million, just offer the rest. If you want this player so bad, Mike Ashley, Newcastle United, you will go out and pay the extra 4 million for him, right? That's what Amanda Davies should have done. Mike Ashley asked for 350 million, she offered 300. If you want Newcastle United so much, you would have offered the extra 50 million. If Newcastle United and Steve Bruce want this man, they will put the extra money in. He has been left out of the friendly match, which was on the Wednesday. He wasn't in the squad, which could be good, obviously great times for us, because obviously you never know. Like Joelinton wasn't in their pre-season training, and now he's signed for. You never know. Saint-Maximin could get in, not announced, but he could be ready. He could be a deal could have got accepted. We just don't know that yet. So Steve Bruce has been speaking to Sky Sports exclusively, so it's not just like on the mic, massive camera in front of him. He's basically been saying that the club are looking at him, and he looks like a good player. So it's what we want to hear. If we can bring him in, happy days. I think our attack will be lethal next season with Saint-Maximin, Joelinton and Almiron. Yeah, you know, I think Newcastle United have a strike force of £80 million, with Saint-Maximin being 20 million, Almiron being 20 million, and then Joelinton being 40 million. That's, you would never, from some of the attacks we've had with Papi Cissé not in his prime, like in the 15-16 season with the likes of Obertan and Gouffran. Like, I think Mike Ashley knows himself that Steve Bruce isn't the greatest manager, and he knew Rafa Benitez could suffer under a bad squad. But we've got to get, like the players have been saying, you've got to just try and forget about Rafa and focus who you've got now, which I do understand, but it is hard because he was such a good manager and such a good man, and he should have got the keys to the city. So obviously St. Maximin looks like a great signing, and we'll get on to two more, which I'm sceptical about. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm a little bit confident about St. Maximin. But it is Newcastle United. A deal could just fall through like that. We'll have to see what happens with the two. So Newcastle United are going after a player who's already been at the club before, James Tavernier. He's been at the club before, he's Rangers captain, and apparently if Newcastle United offer 8 million, this is, I think it's from the Daily Mail, I think apparently Rangers will 100% accept it because they kind of turned down £8 million. I want him, I really do. He's an English player, obviously he's been at the club before, he knows the situation, he knows what's need to be done, and he's so, from how he is, and he's been voted one of the best right backs from performances last season. He will be better than Manquillo. He will be definitely better than Yedlin, and he would just go in that right back spot, and he'll have a bit of competition with Yedlin. But if he makes that his spot, sorted, right? And he's a captain, right? Sometimes if say Dummett's not playing, and then Shelby isn't playing, he can be in your vice captain because he's a leader. You can see that if he's done it with one club, he can do it at another club. £8 million for him, steal, absolute steal. I would 100% love him at the club. James Tavernier, get him in, lads. And the other one is Andy Cavill. I do this thing for Playmaker. They ask me to make videos for their community, so they do it on Twitter, Instagram. Make sure to go and follow it, Playmaker FC. They asked me to do a little thing about Andy Cavill, and I had to say some positives and some negatives about him. And to be fair, he's a free agent, right? He won't cost the club much money, but he's on a high wage, which isn't good. Also, the one good thing, say if he comes in and has one good game, that'll make Joelinton, Musso, Gale all want to play better and all want the spot, because if he comes in, it's Hosselou's replacement. He's going to be second or third choice striker, which he'll probably be third because I think Muto, and then Gale, I don't even know what's going to happen with Gale. I think Gale's going to get lost. But Andy Cavill, what can you do? If we get him in, we're getting him. If we don't, you don't. But that's going to be the end of the NUFC news video. I'm recording this at 11 o'clock. You know what? I'm sitting in bed, right? And I thought, you know what? I need to record a video. And since I'm going to record the Preston video tomorrow, it's so stressful recording 2 videos in the same day. It actually is, lads. So, anyway, thanks for watching the video. I do appreciate these longish videos where it's literally just me talking. Obviously, I'll try to make it a little bit entertaining by putting pictures in, so it's not just me staring at me. I do appreciate if you watch all the way at the end of this video. I really do appreciate what you've done and watching me. So, thanks everyone for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.